Okay, I am going to try to do the experiment now. So again, we've got all of our equipment. Let's take it all out of the bin. Test tube, baking soda, vinegar. We've got our weigh boat. We've got our scopula. And we've got our Coke bottle. Now, let's see. I'm going to start by getting the vinegar. So I'm going to pour the vinegar in. Somewhere close to 10. Okay. And I'm going to pour the vinegar into the bottle. That's what I've decided. So let's see. Okay, got it all in. So there's my bottle. And now I've decided to get my baking soda. So I'm going to turn on the balance. Okay, it's already nicely zeroed. I'm going to weigh out my 1.5, but this time I'm not going to use the weigh boat. I'm going to try to use the cap. So you do have to hit 0. So you can see it's 0. And I'm going to try to scoop it right in and not make a mistake. Let's see if we can get 1.5 grams in there. 0.5 gram. 0.78. Only a little bit. 1.47. Close enough. Okay. Now, I have to weigh the system unreacted before. Okay, so I'm going to take this off for a minute. 0 it. Now put everything on that I'm going to react. So I got my Coke bottle, the cap, and the baking soda. Now it's 36.86 grams. At this point, I write it down because this is my mass before the reaction. Now, I am going to try and see how good I can do this. Move that out of the way. Maybe raise this up just a little bit so we can see better what I'm actually going to try. So I'm going to see if I can get the baking soda into the bottle fast enough that I'll then be able to seal it before the reaction and get a good result. So here we go. Okay, now, first problem with this is you may not see it, but there is baking soda spilled right there. So I tried to get it in. I tried to get it all in, but I wasn't able to. There's a little pile of baking soda right there that fell out. Okay, so let's see what the mass is. Okay, make sure that you don't do anything other than leave it at 0. So now we write down the mass. Okay, 36.74. So now you have to decide, this is your second mass after reaction, you have to decide whether or not mass was conserved or not in this reaction. If it's conserved, it should be within 1/100th of the weight of the reaction before that was reacted. Okay, so first mass should be within 0.01 of the second mass. Now here's a few additional things that you have to do. When you're done with your experiment, you're going to have to clean this out for one thing. So all the stuff will also go back into the bin. So let's put everything back. So that goes back. That goes back. That's the baking soda. Just make sure you can see everything. Let's get that out of the way. Scopula, test tube, the little graduated cylinder, the weigh boat. Now let's go back over here for just a second. You notice it's at 0. Oh, I'm going to open this up and tell me what you hear. Did you hear something? Yeah, there was a gas that came out of there. I wonder how that affected the mass. Remember I said it was 36.74? Well, now look at it. It's 36.55. So whatever the gas was that was created inside the bottle during the reaction, some of it just leaked out because it was under pressure. So good evidence that gas has mass. Now, what do we got to do next? We got to go over here to the sink. Okay. Over here. We got to rinse this thing out. So turn on the water. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you rinse the cap really well. Now, take some paper towels. The other side can have water in it, that's fine. But you want to dry the outside of the bottle really well, okay? And you want to get paper towels and dry the cap. Okay, so these are nice and clean. Obviously, you turn the water off and you put away the paper towels. I'm not going to throw them away at the moment. So then we take our stuff, we go back to the bin, right? Back to the bin, put the cap on, put it back in the bin, and we are done. So now you've cleaned up, you've put, and you may have some paper towels to put away, but basically you cleaned up and put everything back the way it was.